In the recent hit movie Everything Everywhere All at Once, you might have recognized James Hong playing Gong Gong, the grandfather character. This film is one of several hundred he's acted in, but this is the one that made the film industry and audiences alike remember what a legend he is. Join us as Factsverse presents, at 93, he's the oldest actor to get a Hollywood star. James Hong is a celebrated American actor who's appeared in over 700 films and TV shows over the course of his career. He holds the record of holding more credits in film and TV than any American actor. But his life journey was a movie in itself. He was born February 22, 1929 in Minneapolis. He grew up in a Chinese-American household where he was exposed to both Chinese and American cultures from an early age. As a young child, he grew up watching movies and would reenact many of the scenes in his mirror. While he was born in the U.S., his family returned to Hong Kong, and he grew up in the famous Kowloon district. They returned to the U.S. when he was 10. At the time, his command of the English language was poor, and he faced a lot of racism, being the only Asian in his class. The thought of an Asian American actor at the time was practically unheard of. In fact, during that time, many Asian characters were portrayed by non-Asian actors. Whether it was Charlie Chan or Fu Manchu, we seldom saw Asian American actors, and we seldom saw dignified roles. This is something James had to endure. He began his career in the industry in the 1950s, appearing in a variety of small roles in films and TV shows. One of his early roles was in the film Soldier of Fortune. That starred Clark Gable and Susan Hayward. Throughout the 60s and 70s, he appeared in a number of popular shows, including The Green Hornet, Kung Fu, and Hawaii Five-0. He also appeared in a number of films, including Blade Runner and Big Trouble in Little China. Despite his success, he often felt himself typecast in stereotypical roles, such as Chinese villain or wise old master. And yet he was always dedicated to his craft and worked hard to create complex, nuanced characters, even in small roles. And the more he acted, the more he improved his craft, and the more he got noticed. James Hong's career. James is known for his diverse range of roles, from comedic performances to villainous characters. He's appeared in over 700 films and TV shows, and as mentioned earlier, he had to spend a lot of his career doing minor roles, uncredited roles, mediocre roles, and stereotypical roles. But his career also has had its great memorable roles that we still remember. Chinatown, 1974. In this neo-noir film, directed by Roman Polanski, James plays Evelyn Mulwray's butler. Although his role is minor, his performance is memorable, adding a touch of mystery and intrigue to the film. We won't spoil it, but he actually helps Detective Giddys solve part of the case. Blade Runner, 1982. In this iconic sci-fi film, directed by Ridley Scott, James plays Hannibal Chu, a genetic engineer who creates artificial eyes for replicants. Although his screen time is limited, his performance is memorable. This is particularly true in his final scene with Harrison Ford's character. Big Trouble in Little China. This is probably one of James's most well-known roles. In this action comedy film, directed by John Carpenter, he plays David Lo Pan, a powerful sorcerer seeking to regain his human form. If you haven't seen anything with James Hong, then Big Trouble in Little China is where you should start. Wayne's World 2, 1993. James Hong plays Mr. Wong in this comedy directed by Steven Surgic. Hong's performance as Mr. Wong is hilarious, providing a perfect foil to Mike Myers and Dana Carvey's zany antics. Mulan, 1998. James has made a great transition to voice acting later on in his career. In Mulan, he played Qin Fu. He was the emperor's advisor and had a strict adherence to law and order. James's performance is one of the highlights of the film, even though apparently the only girl who loves him is his mother. And if you've seen that film, you know the reference. Kung Fu Panda, 2008. In this animated film, directed by John Stevenson and Mark Osborne, James provides the voice for Mr. Ping, the adopted father of the film's protagonist, Po. The Day the Earth Stood Still, 2008. In this sci-fi film, directed by Scott Derrickson, James plays Mr. Wu, the owner of a Chinese restaurant who provides refuge to the film's protagonist, Klaatu. Hong's performance is understated, yet impactful, adding a touch of humanity to the film's otherwise otherworldly plot. However, there's been one film which he's done recently and was released when he was 93 years old. This was the film that made audiences realize how important he's been to American cinema and to Asian Americans. It was the film that gave him a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Everything, Everywhere, All at Once. Everything, Everywhere, All at Once is a 2022 sci-fi action film directed by Daniel Kwan and Daniel Scheinert. The movie features Michelle Yeoh as the lead character, a woman who discovers she has access to multiple parallel universes and must navigate a multiverse to save her family and the world. The film has received critical acclaim for its unique and original concept, stunning visuals, and Yeoh's outstanding performance. Not only did she win an Oscar for her acting, but Ke Huy Quan, who made a comeback in front of the camera, also won an Oscar for his role. James Hong played Gong Gong, the grandfather of the family. While his role was a supporting one, it became one of his most memorable. He performed the role in both Cantonese and English. The film's success became a landmark for Asian American representation in cinema, and James was finally given his due as one of the pioneers of Asian American acting. He was asked to appear on several TV interviews and reflected upon his career, and he was regularly praised for his role in creating more opportunities for Asian American performers. And now, at 93, he's the oldest actor to get a Hollywood star. A petition was made for him to get the star, and that's exactly what happened. Deservedly so. James Hong's legacy and Asian American representation. James Hong is 93 and still working, and it looks like he still wants to keep his record going for the most credits. Asian American representation is now becoming more prevalent in American cinema. Films such as Crazy Rich Asians and In the Family are among the many that are finally telling stories of Asian Americans and portraying them as well-rounded characters. Many actors, actresses, directors, writers, and producers are playing their part to further Asian American representation in American entertainment, but one of the pioneers was James Hong. He made a conscious decision to work as much as possible, even if that meant minor roles or even stereotypical ones. Many actors from different ethnic backgrounds have had to do this to further their careers, but many didn't see better representation of their culture or community during their lifetime. James Hong knew that this could have been his fate, but he never gave up. He knew it would eventually pay off, and while newer fans may now know him as Gong Gong, the fact is you can watch any film or TV show from the past 7 decades, and there's a decent chance you'll see James Hong somewhere. In short, he was everything, everywhere, all at once. Now it's time to hear from you. Are you a fan of James Hong? What's your favorite role of his? What's your favorite James Hong movie? Let us know in the comments section below.